So I'm here with my old friend Marianne Fons, who is a significant person here at the museum, I think.
Well, some would say.
Well, what happened? How did this place get started?
Well, you know, I mean, people might assume, since Fons and Porter's base is, you know, headquarters was in Winterset, that the idea for a quilt museum in Winterset was my idea. It was not my idea. It was the idea of a local gentleman in the community who felt like our little tourist town needed a quilt museum. And I was busy with other projects. I'm like, I don't need this. And then the more I thought about it, the more I thought it was a neat idea.
Yeah.
So I pulled out my book on how to form a nonprofit and read up on that, and asked a few people to be on the original board of directors, and we did fundraising, and our first plan was to maybe add a wing to the historical complex up on the hill overlooking town. But then this storefront, which was a JCPenney store for 70 years, was available, and it had already been gutted and rehabbed into a gift shop, and so a lot of the hard work had been done. And so we raised the money and bought the building and built it out into a beautiful museum. We had advice from our friends over in Lincoln, who helped us with lighting and walls and all kinds of things. We had help from our friends over in Paducah, who told us about their hanging system. So we had really, really good advice. And so here in a town of about 6,500 people, we have a state-of-the-art quilt museum, and we're non-collecting. We're not building a collection. There are others that are doing that. We are display only. We have about 4 exhibits a year. We curate them ourselves, or we have various guest curators. We were the museum that had Victoria Finley Wolf's first retrospective exhibit. We've been curated by, we're working on a project. Pam Weeks from the New England Quilt Museum is working on an exhibit for us. And just, you know, Barbara Brackman and, I can't think of her cohort in crimes.
Deb
Rowden.
Right.
Yeah, you know, they were the previous exhibit, and this current one was curated by one of the people on staff over in Lincoln. So, you know, it's just a wonderful, wonderful space.
So this really unusually rich, almost Art Nouveau looking bird of paradise, I suppose it is on the back of this very nice Drunkard's Path quilt. Megan Barrett, the director and curator?
Director, not curator, just director.
Just director. Was showing me this quilt earlier. And do you know why this was on the back?
I don't. I wish I did. But you can see it's a very beautiful red and white Drunkard's Path feast pattern with this remarkable red work embroidery in the back, and we really have no story behind it. It stood from the International Quilt Museum as 1900 to 1920.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah.
But like.
So do you know anything about this quilt?
We believe that it originates, or it possibly could have been made in Pennsylvania. It's dated to the late 19th century. It's a mixture of pieced and applique. It's really fantastic applique and quite intricate in the quilting design as well that surrounds the applique patterns. But again, that's all we know. It's again from the artist and Robert James collection at the International Quilt Museum.
It looks, so this sawtooth center diamond is a very common design in the Lancaster County Amish tradition, where they almost never did applique. We're going to say almost
right.
never.
Yes.
And also it's made out of cotton. It makes me think that it's from maybe Mifflin County. It reminds me of a Mifflin County quilt, but I don't know. There's several things I've never seen on it before.
It's this leaf design there. There's this sort of pineapple design there. A standard issue cable here. And then this sort of egg-like cable here I've never seen before. Hearts, tulips, a lot of standard stuff, but boy, oh boy.
Upstairs in the mezzanine area, what used to be the mezzanine of the JCPenney store, now Quilt Museum, is their educational department. They have lots of cool information in panels, and they have a bed turning section. In this case, these 2-color quilts are provided by Julie Silber, the same quilt curator and dealer who loaned me the camper van to make this trip. We looked at red and white, blue and white, just like all the quilts in this selection. Winterset, Iowa. Maybe if you go there, you'll get lucky like I did and run into Marianne Fons herself. Oh, it was a great time.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye.
That was fun.
Good.